Hurricane Dorian is arriving tomorrow in Myrtle Beach, and as you can see, it's pretty empty around here. So let's look around and see how people are prepping for this hurricane. From what I noticed, it's not very different than any mild hurricane we would see around here. There's not a lot of preparation going on. Your basic boarding of windows, evacuating, sandbags at the doors of establishments, that kind of thing. Empty parking lots in hotels, which makes sense because these oceanfront hotels are the first to be evacuated since they are Zone A, which is the coastal zone. So as we move down the boulevard, like I've already mentioned, the typical preparation that we see are boarded windows. That building right there, you can see there's a couple boarded up on the first and second floor. Some boarded windows here in this hotel. This is basically it. There's nothing above and beyond what we typically see during a Category 1 or a Category 2 storm, which makes sense. Dorian is, as of this recording, going to be a Category 2 when it skirts our coast. So it seems like a lot of the local businesses and residents, from what I've seen driving around, aren't really, using belt and suspenders preparation here. It's the standard protocol. That being said, one indication of a big storm coming into town is when the Ferris wheels in town remove their gondolas. As you can see here, this is Family Kingdom, and they have removed all the gondolas from their Ferris wheel. Now, there's a large Ferris wheel at Broadway at the beach as well, and we'll get to that later on in the video. That store right there, you can see they've sandbagged their front door, especially when you're oceanfront. That's pretty standard. Other establishments have just closed up shop, as you can see here. They've lowered their gates. There's some more sandbags at that beachwear store. And it's just quiet on the boulevard right now, which makes sense because, like I mentioned, the hotels have been told to evacuate. So they are supposed to be empty at this time. And there's another empty parking lot that is usually full this time of year. This was recorded about mid to late day, the day before the storm. From what I could see, there was a lot of people on the road. A lot of the locals were still out and about doing their thing. From my brief observation, it looks like not a lot of people are evacuating. There's another oceanfront building boarded up. But again, that's just my very brief perspective as I was driving around at this time of day. I like how they number those boards, easy to put them back up. As we make our way to the main strip, the hub of the boulevard, if you will, you can see a lot of these shops are not boarded. There's this one right here. But most of them are just closed. There's no extreme preparation. These store owners have gone through storms many, many times before. So I guess they think they can take their chances for this one. There's some more sandbags there. And over at the Skywheel, they've boarded up windows over there and this little shack here. So not a lot of preparation. Again, I've seen a lot more in this area for other storms. I think they put that sign up a little prematurely because I believe the storm has slowed down and it's probably going to affect us into Friday as well as all day Thursday. As we get closer to Broadway at the beach, let's take a look at their Ferris wheel off in the distance there. Let's go ahead and freeze this and zoom in so we can see it better. No gondolas. That is an indication of a big storm coming. And this is surprising. Myrtle Waves didn't take down their canopies. Usually they take down all their canopies before a storm. Well, maybe they're still going to do it and they just haven't yet. And there's a shot of the Waterway that'll be much higher in the coming days. Now this is really an indicator. This gas station, let's freeze it here, no gasoline. The sign is blank, the pumps are blank, no gas. And, of course, shelves are empty in the grocery store. So that's about it. Once the storm arrives, we'll be hunkered down. But afterwards, I'll give you a little indication of what occurred during the storm, if there's any damage or if there's not any damage, because sometimes you'd be surprised a hurricane will roll through and everything's fine. Other times you have a situation like Matthew where we lose piers. But until next time, take it easy.